Welcome to Silicon Scoop, where we dive into the latest tech news impacting the world. Join John Irwin and the Startup Coach as they explore the tech news that matters to you. Stay ahead, stay informed, and now on with the show.
Imagine a wind turbine or a deep space. Okay, let's start again. Imagine a wind turbine or a deep space probe that fixes its own structural cracks without a single human lifting a finger. North Carolina State University research just built a self-healing material that repairs itself over 1,000 times, pushing mechanical lifespans to an unbelievable 500 years. So self-healing materials last 500 years now. The scientists have engineered a fiber-reinforced polymer, an FRP, that uses an embedded carbon layer to electrically heat and melt an internal plastic layer, sealing internal structural splits in real time. This effectively eliminates delamination, the hidden internal cracking that dooms aircraft infrastructure and green tech. This completely rewrites the economics of heavy industry by turning high-maintenance, fragile hardware into essentially immortal structures. What do you think about this, John?
Yes, I like how you have Terminator tech, because this is kind of interesting and scary. So most people, and so do I think or thought machines fail because of major accidents, but most of the time they fail because of structural failures, because of fatigue. And so fatigue happens when materials experience millions or billions of tiny stress cycles. So airplane wings flex during every flight, right? Wind turbines bend continuously. Bridges vibrate under traffic. Cars experience constant road vibrations. Each of those cycles creates microscopic cracks. And so initially these cracks are invisible, but over time they grow larger until catastrophic failure occurs. And engineers, they spend enormous amounts of time and money inspecting structures, specifically because fatigue damage is unavoidable in conventional materials. So fiber reinforced polymers, what they do is they combine high strength fibers like carbon fiber, glass fiber, aramid, and polymer matrix materials like epoxies and resins. And so the fibers provide strength, the polymer matrix transfers load between fibers. And so this combination produces materials with exceptional strength to weight ratios, corrosion resistance, and design flexibility. And so actually modern aircraft such as like the Boeing 787 Dreamliner and Airbus A350, they already rely heavily on composite structures. So the weakness is that once matrix cracking begins, damage accumulates permanently. And so this new material, what it does is it incorporates reversible chemical bonds within the polymer matrix. So unlike conventional polymers that permanently fracture when molecular bonds break, these specialized polymers can reform bonds after damage occurs. So it's like molecular Velcro, I guess. So under stress, bonds separate, energy is absorbed, crack formation begins. But once the stress is removed, the bonds reconnect, the material properties recover, and crack propagation slows or stops, which is crazy. And this differs from older self-healing materials that relied on more one-time use microcapsules filled with repair agents, because those systems only worked once. So this new approach, it's repeatable. It allows multiple healing cycles throughout the material's lifetime. This is cool. I think this is great. I'm excited to see this being implemented into our everyday use items, right? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I like to think of this update like building a microscopic hot glue gun directly into a piece of heavy-duty cardboard. Normally, if you bend the cardboard, the internal layer is split apart and it's ruined forever. But with this new tech, the moment a microscopic rip happens, a tiny built-in wire goes off, gives off a quick zap of heat, melting a layer of internal plastic glue right in the wound to seal it perfectly before the structure can snap. This technology is officially patented, and the commercialization is going through their spin-off company, Structure YX Inc. They operate as a B2B industrial licensing model, so you can take a look at that. And they're right now, this highly adaptable framework is designed for wind turbine blades, commercial aviation wings, military hardware, and deep space exploration probes. So we probably won't be seeing it in the consumer market anytime soon.
No. And the thing is like this headline that we're saying, it might sound sensational, but there's some real engineering logic behind it. So like, we cover a lot that could potentially never make it to market, but I think that this is one of those that could definitely, we could definitely see very, very soon.
Yeah, it's coming to market now.
Yeah.
And this company is distributing it. So you take a look at that. The number of automated fracture and heal cycles completed successfully during the intensive 4-day laboratory testing was over 1,000. And 2 times to 4 times increased baseline resistance to delamination compared to conventional fiber reinforcement polymers. And 175% is the initial post-heal performance rating relative to standard composite fracture resistance, which stabilized well above 60% even after extreme cycle fatigue. So this is really interesting. This is a significant leap forward in autonomous materials since the advent of self-healing concrete. And we talked about that in a previous episode way back. It marks a paradigm shift from passive sacrificial material engineering to active dynamic structural recovery, fundamentally challenging the traditional limitations of an x86 equivalent passive materials in aerospace design. So this is not a passive miracle material. It requires an active electrical subsystem to trigger the heating mechanism. If the internal carbon wiring is severed during a catastrophic impact, or if power routing fails, the composite material behaves exactly like standard vulnerable plastics. Scaling 3D printing plastic interlayers uniformly across a 100-meter commercial wind turbine blade remains a massive manufacturing bottleneck. So we are officially leaving the area of wear and tear and entering a world of immortal machines. If you could build one everyday item out of this self-healing composite so it would never break again, what would it be? Let us know in the chat. We'd love to hear from you.
Tired of drowning in repetitive tasks while your competitors race ahead? Every minute you spend on manual data entry, scheduling, and routine processes is a minute you're not growing your business. Flowgrammer.ca transforms your workflow chaos into seamless automation. We build AI-powered systems that handle your busy work so you can focus on what actually makes you money. Our clients typically save 15 plus hours per week and see their productivity double within 60 days. Visit flowgrammer.ca for a free automation audit. That's flowgrammer.ca. Stop working in your business and start working on it.
What do you got going on, John?
Just plugging away, helping companies with government funding, attending events, probably startup drinks or Flowgrammer events. How about you, Craig?
Lots of stuff going on. I honestly don't know when this is going out. I have to check. I think it's going to go out in April. But there's all sorts of stuff going on. If you don't know about OpenClaw, it's the latest AI automation agent that's taken the world by storm in 2026. And OpenClaw Toronto chapter just launched. And we have all sorts of events going on. So check out openclawto.com. Our first demo night is April 14th. We have a Builder Cafe on April 10th. We have a bunch of other events. There's updates every day. We've deconstructed the latest 2 betas over the weekend that was launched in OpenClaw and what you should do about them. There's a bunch of articles over there. Go check that out. We're also over at flowgrammer.ca where we do N8N automations. We run the Flowgrammer community and do Builders Hub and connectivity for AI and business automation agents. And for everything else, head over to TorontoStarts where we hook up startups and investors at our Startup Investor Drinks. We do mentoring, we do workshops, we have a list of investors. There's a whole bunch of content over. You can also book me over there if you want a meeting with me to talk about whatever, help your startup. Check out TorontoStarts.com. But John, if people are looking for non-dilutive funding, where should they go and what is that?
Yeah, non-dilutive funding. We're talking government grants, tax credits. Come find me on LinkedIn if you have any questions. Right now is Shred Time, SRNED. But come reach out to me too if you've got a startup, if you've got a company, Reach out to me if you have any questions, and if they have company questions about their startup in general, where do they find you, Craig?
Yeah, find me at TorontoStarts.com. But John, just before we go, something's open right now, and it's closing May 31st. Thank you. Can Export. And what?
Yeah. So
what
if
should
you have
people
at
know
least
about that?
300,000 in revenue in the previous year, and you're looking to expand outside of Canada, reach out to me, and we can put together. We can talk about an application for Can Export.
All the links we talked about will be in the show notes, wherever you're watching this. Thanks for watching, everybody. Leave us a comment, give us a like, give us a subscribe. We really appreciate it. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks for tuning in to Silicon Scoop. We hope you enjoyed this episode's dive into the latest tech news. Stay connected with John Irwin and the Startup Coach on LinkedIn, and subscribe for more insights and updates. Until next time, stay ahead, stay informed.